In my last video, I replaced Windows with Linux Mint on this old mini PC. Today, I'm taking the next step and installing a complete Android system inside Linux Mint using Waydroid. By the end of this video, Android will be fully installed and opening on your Linux desktop. This is not a guide that assumes you already understand Linux either. I'll explain what the important commands are doing in plain English, what you should expect to see after each step, and what to do if your screen looks different. So rather than blindly copying a list of commands, you'll understand why we are using them. This first video focuses entirely on getting Android installed and running. I'm deliberately not going to rush through the Google setup or app installation at the end. I'll do a part 2, and in that I'll show you how to finish setting up Android, sign into Google, install apps from the Play Store, sideload APK files, and run Android apps directly from the Linux Mint desktop. But first, we need to build the foundations properly. Let's get started. Before we begin, this tutorial is specifically for Linux Mint Cinnamon. I'm using Linux Mint 22.3, but the same process should also apply to other recent versions of Linux Mint 22. If you're using Fedora, Arch Linux, or another distribution, Waydroid itself may be the same, but some of the installation commands and setup steps will be different. I'm also using the GApps version of Waydroid. That is the version which includes Google Play services and the Google Play Store. I'll place every command used in this video in the description below. That means you can copy and paste the commands instead of trying to read every character from the video. Before installing anything, I want to spend a couple of minutes checking that Linux Mint is ready. I know preparation is not the most exciting part of the video, but these quick checks will give us the best chance of a smooth installation. We'll confirm that Linux Mint is using the display mode Waydroid needs and that the existing software sources can be checked successfully. Once those checks are complete, we can install Waydroid knowing that Linux Mint is ready underneath it. Think of this like checking the foundations before building a house. It only takes a few minutes, but everything that follows depends on it. We'll start by opening the terminal. If you've never used Linux before, don't let the name put you off. Think of the terminal as Linux's version of command prompt on Windows. It gives us a place to type direct instructions for the computer. To open it, press Ctrl, Alt and T together. When the terminal opens, you will see your username and computer name followed by a flashing cursor. That simply means Linux is waiting for an instruction. Before we type our first command, there is one important beginner tip. Linux commands are case sensitive. That means uppercase and lowercase letters are treated as different things. Spaces, forward slashes, dollar signs and other symbols matter as well. So type each command exactly as it appears on screen. Alternatively, you can copy the command from the description below and paste it into terminal using Ctrl, Shift and V. If you're reading the command from another device, take your time and check every character before pressing enter. The first thing we need to check is which display system Linux Mint is currently using. Waydroid requires something called Wayland. You do not need to understand all of the technical differences between Wayland and X11 for this tutorial. Think of this as checking whether Linux is currently running in the correct display mode. Linux can tell us the answer with one short command. Type this command exactly as shown. The word echo is all lowercase. There is one space after it. The section beginning with the $sign is all uppercase. Once the command is correct, press enter once. Linux will now return one of two likely answers. If it says Wayland, brilliant, your session is already correct and you can move to the next step. If it says X11, don't worry, mine said X11 as well when I first checked it. We simply need to log out and choose the Wayland session from the login screen. Click the Linux Mint menu in the bottom left corner and select Log Out. At the login screen, look carefully for the small icon beside your username. Click that icon and you should see a menu titled Select Desktop Environment. Mine shows Cinnamon, Cinnamon Software Rendering, and Cinnamon on Wayland marked as experimental. Select Cinnamon on Wayland. Then enter your normal Linux Mint password and sign back in. Now the desktop should load normally and look almost identical to the standard Cinnamon session. Now we should confirm that the switch was successful rather than assuming it worked. Open Terminal again with Ctrl, Alt and T. Run the command again and confirm that it now says Wayland. If it still says X11, log out again and make sure Cinnamon on Wayland is selected rather than the standard Cinnamon option. If Wayland still does not appear after that, stop here rather than continuing with the installation because this guide relies on the Cinnamon Wayland session being available. Now that the display session is correct, we'll make sure Linux Mint can successfully check its existing software sources. This is an important safety check because it allows us to spot an existing Linux problem before adding Waydroid. Type sudo apt update. This checks the configured software sources for current package information. The word sudo temporarily gives this one command administrator permission. Linux doesn't keep every program running with full control of the computer. Instead, it asks for higher permission only when we are changing something important. apt is Linux Mint's package manager. It handles software installation, removal and updates. Press enter once. Linux may ask for your password. Now, while entering your Linux password, you may see stars appear or you may see nothing at all. Both behaviours are completely normal. Type your usual Linux Mint password and press enter. Allow the update check to finish. Returning to the normal terminal prompt is expected, but before continuing, look through the final few lines for anything beginning with the letter E followed by a colon. A line beginning with a red E means the update check encountered an error. Because the cause could be different on every computer, do not guess or continue with the Waydroid installation. Take a screenshot or photo of the complete error message, then search for the exact wording or ask for help using that message. Once the issue has been corrected, run sudo apt update again. Only continue when the command finishes without any lines beginning with E. If there are no error lines, move on to the next step. Before moving on, Linux Mint should be running in a Wayland session and sudo apt update should finish without any lines beginning with E for error. If both checks have passed, we're ready to install Waydroid. Everything we've done so far was preparation. From this point onwards, every step is directly related to installing Waydroid and downloading Android. I'm going to close the terminal and open a new one with Ctrl, Alt and T, simply because a clean screen is easier to follow. Closing terminal doesn't undo anything we've already completed. First, we need to make sure 2 helper packages are installed and up to date. Type this command. There are spaces between curl and CA and a space before the -y. Press enter and enter your password again if asked. Curl allows Linux to retrieve information from the internet. CA certificates help Linux verify that it is communicating with genuine and trusted websites. The -y at the end automatically answers yes if Linux asks for permission to install or update these packages. If they are already fully up to date, Linux will simply tell you that. But on my machine, curl was already installed, but Linux found a newer version and updated it. So this command is really making sure the tools are both present and correct. Linux Mint now has the tools needed to download software securely, but it still doesn't know where Waydroid lives. Linux installs most software from repositories. You can think of a repository as a trusted software catalogue. The next command adds Waydroid's official catalogue to Linux Mint. Type this command exactly as shown. The vertical line in the middle is called a pipe. On most UK keyboards, you can type it by holding Shift and pressing the / key. In plain English, this command downloads the official Waydroid setup instructions and passes them to bash to run with administrator permission. You should see the repository being added and Linux refreshing its software information. Waydroid itself is not installed yet. We've only shown Linux where to find it and given Linux the security key needed to verify future downloads. Now that Linux Mint knows where to find Waydroid, we can install the actual program. This is the point where the Waydroid software itself is downloaded onto the computer. Type sudo apt install Waydroid and press enter. Linux will show the packages it intends to install and how much storage space is required. It will then ask you whether you want to continue. Type the letter Y and press enter. Once the installation finishes, the normal terminal prompt returns. Waydroid is ready for the Android system. Now this next step downloads the Android system that Waydroid will run. It is the largest download in the process, so it may take several minutes. I'm choosing the GApps version. Now GApps stands for Google Apps. This image includes Google Play services and the Google Play Store, which is what most viewers will probably want. Waydroid also offers a vanilla image without Google services. Now that may suit people who deliberately want a Google-free Android environment. For this series, however, I'm using GApps because part 2 will cover signing in and installing apps from the Play Store. Type this command and press enter. This download took about 9 minutes on my connection. Make sure you do not close terminal while it is downloading, validating or extracting the files. Waydroid first downloads the Android system image and then the vendor image. It validates each download to check that the files are complete before extracting them onto the computer. When the process is finished, Linux may not display a large message saying success. It will often simply return to the normal prompt. Linux has a habit of saying absolutely nothing when it is happy. It gives you another flashing cursor and expects you to know everything worked. In this case, returning the prompt without an error means Android has finished downloading. Let's pause for another checkpoint. The official Waydroid repository should now be added. Waydroid itself should be installed. The Android GApps system and vendor images should have downloaded successfully. If the terminal returned to the prompt without an error, we're ready to start Android for the first time. This is the moment we've been working towards. Everything is installed and downloaded. The final command simply tells Waydroid to start Android and display the full interface. Type this command exactly as shown and press enter. Notice that this command does not start with sudo. We needed administrator permission when installing software and changing system files. Now we're simply opening an application just as we would Firefox or LibreOffice. And there it is. If your screen looks like mine, congratulations! You've successfully installed and opened Android inside Linux Mint. Linux Mint is still running underneath it, so Android has not replaced your desktop. It's running inside its own Waydroid environment. Before finishing, I did a quick basic test. The mouse pointer moved normally, clicking responded as expected, and the mouse wheel scrolled through Android. And on this mini PC, the interface felt smooth and responsive. The layout resembles an Android tablet in landscape mode, which suits a computer monitor much better than a narrow phone interface. Waydroid is technically using a container rather than emulating an entirely separate computer. But for a complete beginner, the easiest way to picture it is as an Android tablet running inside a window on the Linux desktop. Once Waydroid is installed, you can open it whenever you need it using the same launch command. Open Terminal with Ctrl, Alt and T. Type Waydroid, then a space, show-full-UI and press enter. That opens the complete Android interface. To leave Android and return to Linux Mint, press Alt and F4 together. This closes the visible Waydroid interface. Now, closing it does not remove Android or undo the installation. The next time you want to use it, open Terminal and run the same launch command again. You may now see Android asking you to finish setting up the device. It may ask whether you want to copy apps and data from another Android device before taking you to the Google sign-in screen. For a clean Waydroid installation, I chose not to copy anything, but this is where I'm deliberately stopping part 1. The installation is complete, Android is downloaded, Android opens successfully, and the basic controls are working. In part 2, I'll continue from this exact screen. I'll show you how to finish the Android setup, sign into Google, deal with the Play Protect certification message, install apps from the Play Store, and sideload APK files. We'll also test how Android apps perform, run them in their own Linux desktop windows, and look at how to move files between Linux Mint and Android. So if you want the next steps and want to turn this into a genuinely useful Android environment, make sure you're subscribed. Then leave a comment below saying part 2. That will let me know how many of you are following this series and want the next tutorial as quickly as possible. I'll also link my original Linux Mint installation video. I hope you found this easy to follow. If you did, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.